And welcome back to Jagged Alliance 2. Nice retro gameplay. We've defeated the first batch. It's time to do a quick loot of the area, see if we can find anything that we can use. When I say quick for a tactical 1999 game. So it's not as fast as most of yours. One of the things I do hope with the new Jagged Alliance 3 coming out here next month that is taken care of.
Standing by.
It is looking pretty good. What do we got here? Mag. Ammunition's always good. Ammunition becomes a problem at later points. And he runs away.
Mommy said never talk to strangers.
It's one of the things I do like about this game. They end up having those little things like that in there.
Understood.
If I remember correctly from my playthroughs, there's not going to be much in this city. But when you get to the other cities,
Gotcha.
you want to definitely go through every single building after you've cleared it out, because you're going to find necessary stuff in it. Unlike Omerta here, which has been just bombed and is almost non-existent now. I mean, look at these poor buildings are just gone.
Understood.
Another totally emptied out one. This one and this one will probably be emptied out. They're probably all emptied out, but it's worth doing a quick.
Understood.
Yeah. As many of you will know, and maybe why you're looking at a retro game from maybe your past or maybe not your past, but this is the precursor for
Understood.
The Jagged Alliance 3 that's slated to release on July 14th of this year. Hopefully it will come out on time. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been wanting an updated version of Jagged Alliance for a long time. They did such a great job with this game.
Understood.
Ooh, whole bunch of stuff over here. Yeah, Dead Guys, you'll find a little bit more on Dead Guys. But definitely buildings and other ones where the buildings aren't all destroyed, you're going to find a lot of things. Always pick up, even if you don't have someone currently that needs the ammo, grab the ammo because you're going to eventually need it. And if you're not playing tons of guns, it makes ammo and the guns you find on the ground that much more important. So yeah, always grab everything you can. The other thing to always make sure you have is grab your first aid kits, any medical. Those are always really important. One thing that I do wish they would do a little bit about is I hope in this new game they do have upgraded the AI pathfinding for your squad. Because, yeah, you can get tied up real bad in this at times. Alright, did most of this. Now it's time to go speak to the lady we need to speak to. If I remember right, I think it's Fatima.
Standing by.
Yeah, there she is, Fatima.
Why are you here? How could it be that you were sent by Arulco? He has been dead for more than 10 years. A letter from Enrico Civaldori. He has not forgotten us. Very few people are aware that he's alive. As far as most of the people in Arulco are concerned, he was murdered over a decade ago. We had given up hope of ever hearing from Enrico again. Who would believe that someone living in the comforts of exile would care about this dismal country? Very well then. Follow me. Do not make any quick moves. Miguel's men will be nervous. You do not wish to intimidate them.
Again, the other thing is they
Vidrana
did
have
a
brutally
really
bombed
good
and attacked us
job
for over 2 straight
of
months.
the job of the stories. You know, even though they're not super in depth, because you know this is an early game, they couldn't do a ton with it. They really did do all these characters with not necessarily the best voice acting, but definitely with. And here to move from one, you have to, if you do the whole thing and you do all mercs and say go to sector, it'll move them all across. But they have to be real close to the edge, all of them, otherwise you can't do it. And then the other thing I don't like is you have to go back in and re-grab everybody.
Gotcha.
But again, this is a 1999 game.
Standing by.
You know, it wasn't as good as games are now, but for its time, it was a very good tactical third-person top-down angle game. In the amount of different mercs you can hire, of course, the beginning mercs aren't. You end up usually getting these lower ones, but they get really good, and they're going to cost more as you level up through the game because they'll gain skills, better weapons.
Why have you brought them here? Have you lost your mind, woman? You bring death to all of us.
They have been sent by Enrico Civaldori. They're here to help us, Dimitri. They must speak with Miguel. I would never bring them here without proof of this.
In respect of your husband, I take your word.
It does make me chuckle, but I do like the fact that they did actually do facial voice movements on the faces when they speak.
Do not move, and no one will die. Fatima say they are here to help us. She say she have proof, Carlos.
Enrico has enlisted mercenaries to aid us in the struggle. I have a letter addressed to Miguel. It is signed by Enrico himself and contains details of the night we helped him flee Arulco. Details only he would know.
Enrico?
I mean, they don't match up perfectly, but they're better than just a picture,
Question his reasons.
which was pretty much the standard.
I do not. Let me see this letter.
Here.
It be true. Enrico has sent men to help us. On behalf of my rebel force and the people of Arulco, I welcome you. We are very much in need of your aid. Diana wishes to remove Omerta from the map of this country.
She is evil, a driven bitch.
That will do, Ira. I am sure our friends have heard of her nature. If not, they will know soon enough.
Miguel, I am the man. These are other people. I will make her surrender to me in many ways.
I have lost over 30 men in the last month. My force is down to the people you see here. But I do have a few trusted people living in the Arulco countryside. The people of Arulco would overthrow Diana with pleasure, but they live in fear of her, and rightfully so. She be heartless and brutal. She has robbed our country of its money and its soul. Getting their confidence be our biggest problem. The people must feel we are capable of defeating her. Yet, without their support, we cannot. We are missing soldiers and equipment. You could not have come at a better time.
We are short of food too, Miguel. We need safe passage to Drazen, or more people will die.
Yes, Carlos be my close advisor. He is right. He usually be right. Making a safe route to Drazen to get supplies be a priority. If you can remove Diana's forces from your path, there is a priest in Drazen named Father Walker. He be a drunk of poor judgment. However, he will be sympathetic to our situation. Find him, and tell him no more than you need to. I will send others to fetch the supplies he will gather. I wish you luck, and express my
Ira,
gratitude.
you can actually recruit.
I'm Ira. I came to Arulco 5 years ago as part of an effort to supply humanitarian aid. I soon realized the only aid they needed was in getting rid of Deidriana, by whichever means possible. All right. I could be of help with some of the ins and outs of this country and its people. But I'm afraid my marksmanship is a little weak for a soldier. Miguel used me mostly
So at this
as a
point, you
medic and a lookout.
technically are going to have
Anyway,
2
I'm sure we'll make
squads,
out okay.
but
Let's
you
get
could
going.
hire a more expensive original merc and just have a squad of 5 when you come in here, and Ira would become your 6th. That is another way to do it. Personally, I prefer, from my previous playthroughs, I'd rather have the 2 squads. It gets a little tricky getting them places together, but it is possible.
Gotcha!
Because a lot of times, especially towards the later game, you may be running in 2 squads of mercenaries into one spot to be able to do the battle. So we need to go off map here. So again, you have to get everyone together, and you have to, when you click it this way, it says you can do it. Right now, everyone's not together, but I'll send the one. It pulls the person from there. Now the rest of that squad goes, and now we'll send Ira. But now I technically have 3 squads. And then here you have some different things you can look up. But as you can see, I have squad 1, 2, and 3. And you can't change squads while they're moving. Email. Just wanted to say, yeah, whatever. Eventually, the emails can become a little important, but for the most part, it's just flavor text, which is cool. I mean, that it went to that. So see, now I have them all, since I had them all selected, they're all going to A11. And, oh yeah, we get this cutscene with the queen.
This better be good. Forgive the intrusion,
Smack,
Your
smack.
Highness, but one of our north patrols has been attacked. Elliot, you idiot! We crushed those rebels in Omerta! How can it be? From what we have learned, Your Majesty, the rebels seem to have some sort of foreign aid, commando types. We speculate they arrived on the helicopter that was spotted earlier. Commando types? What sort of commando types? From where? They may be hired mercenaries, Your Highness. There weren't many. What? How would the rebels get the means to recruit mercenaries? Well, no matter. Send me their bodies for examination. The rebel party seems to have used the element of surprise to their advantage, my queen. They defeated us.
Elliot and the queen have
Send
some
my
of the
troops to the
best
location at
cutscenes
once.
together.
Yes, Your
So
Highness.
we're going to get everyone into A11. We'll do a quick, We only got the one group in, get the rest of them in. Now we can go in. We've got all 3 squads currently there.
I took my hike.
So I can actually
What
switch them
now?
out.
I made it. Let's do something already.
Let's make 2 squads, but I'm gonna do something different. Normally I would put Ira by herself in a squad, but I think I'm gonna do it this way this time. But when they're all on the map, you can take them all at once. Time to do a quick search loot. If I remember correctly, we don't run into any enemies on this map this time. Later on you can, but right now you do not. I believe if we go one more over to the right, over to A12, I believe it is,
Yeah.
you do run into some enemies, and that one can actually be a pain because of the way the map is set up and the way they come in at you. I don't. Out of the hundreds of playthroughs of this game over all the years, I don't think I've never not taken damage to at least one of my people on that map, except for maybe a couple times. And it's usually because I get frustrated and make a stupid move.
Nothing.
Instead of continuing to stay behind the trees because I'm out of range. Because the one bad thing, the only real long distance gun we currently have is on the character that is our personal made character.
Nothing.
And that's not even super long range, but it's a longer range than everyone else
Got it.
with their pistols.
Understood.
So we're going to send them all over to A12 here. And we should be able to get them all to show up together. Oh crap, I didn't click the check on the other group, so they're not moving. Alright, well, this is going to make this a little harder, because normally it'll ask if you want to wait for the other incoming group, and then you send them all in together. But yeah, see, it's got that big open area in the middle, and all the trees on the bottom and on the top. Most of your bad guys are going to be in the open middle, but you want to stick to the trees because it helps provide you cover.
Standing by.
Yep, ran into someone right away. The yellow guys are not the toughest ones. You know, they can still damage you, they can still kill you, but they are a little bit tougher than the red guys, if I remember correctly. But yeah, you definitely want to move and stick to the trees.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away from here, and I'm going to turn this into a quick little time-lapse battle. And then I'll come back to you after it's over.
Standing by. Gotcha.
Target in sight. Target in sight. More evil people is standing by. Yes. Yeah. Grooving. Yeah. Done it well.
Yeah. Grooving! Standing by. Yeah. What is that? Gun is empty. Standing by. Yes?
Somebody left something behind.
I've got a bad puncture wound here. Losing blood.
Understood.
Yeah. Standing by. No more ammo. Yes? Yes?
I have to reload my firearm.
Yeah. Grooving!
Yes? Standing by. Yes? Yes? Yes, we should be mindful of the ones that are still nearby. Yes. Standing by. Yes. Standing by. Okay. Got it. Yes. Standing by. Understood. Understood. Got it. Standing by. Yes. Understood. 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 We have some inconveniences to dispose of. Standing by. Yes? Yes. Yes. Standing by. Yes. Understood. Yes. Listen.
Yeah. Is good.
Standing by. Standing by. Yes.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Disappointing. Yeah. Standing by.
Standing by. Yes.
Yeah. Gone to hell. Grooving!
Everyone's well placed in the netherworld, where they all belong.
And as you can see, definitely, I haven't played for a while. I totally messed up using the first aid pack. First aid pack, you have to have it in the first slot, up the top slot, and you have to use your right click, which will bring up the
I'm on
little,
it.
and I just couldn't remember that. And then as you saw, I got a little impatient and ended up getting 2 more of them hit. And I got myself hit, so we'll have to do some damage control. Well, that's all for this episode. Hopefully see you the next time. should be out next Friday.